Hey everybody, Monkey King here, bringing you a new toy review. Today we're going to be looking at the Super Robot Chogokin figure of the Mighty Morphin MegaZord. I say Mighty Morphin because, well, that's the one I remember. I know that the actual Super Sentai, Zeo Ranger, everybody else can pronounce it but me. I know it's ZYU, and it's Zeo Ranger, whatever. I'm going to say Mighty Morphin, because that's the way I remember it. You can even see the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger sticker down here. I got this one off of eBay, but if I'm correct, we are going to get this in the States, I believe, sometime in February. Toys R Us, if you're wondering. So let's look at the back and see what we get. And there's a lot of accessories in here besides the hands, but the one I'm most excited about is, of course, the Power Sword. So, without further ado, let's unbox this guy. And here we have the Mighty Morphin MegaZord in all of its illustrious beauty. I'll go ahead and mention that the chest, or the pterodactyl, is die-cast metal, and if I am correct, so are the legs. So this thing is packing a lot of die-cast, which, no complaints on my part. I like some die-cast. One thing I like about this is, oh yeah, also well, his butt is die-cast, and the Tyrannosaur's tail is also die-cast. One thing I like is you can even see the, the Tyrannosaurus's feet locked in there, much like, well, if it was in MegaZord mode. And you can even see the little wheels of the saber-toothed tiger and the treads of the Triceratops. Now, they don't actually move, which, that's fine. It's a MegaZord. I don't expect them to move. Now, as far as articulation goes, he has a certain joint, he has two joints back here that allow his arms to move forward. So that adds for more posability. Arms, if you can ignore that squeaking sound, they go all the way around. His shoulders come down, which does look a little weird. His well, I want to say elbows? No, I want to say biceps. Yes, biceps do move all the way around. His elbows do move. That's the one thing good about the bicep, is you can move them any way you want to. And even the wrists have a special extra wrist movement. It looks like he's bench pressing almost, like he's going 1, 2, 3. Head can go all the way around. It even has a special bobbin action. The waist is pretty flexible as well, and it comes up, it bends down, and goes back, so that way you get extra posability. The front parts, I want to say the skirt, but I'm not really sure. The skirt does move up, so you can get the legs up a little bit higher. Knees bend very well, and I like how they just add that little detail right there. Just whenever his knees bend, you can see a little bit more of the MegaZord. And even the heads of both the feet move up as well. If I can get the TigerZord to... So that's about as far as it'll go, will it? Yeah, that's about as far as it'll go. But that's the whole point. They move, which is very neat and very, very impressive. Also, the little pterodactyl cannons on the back also move forward. They can swing all the way up, giving the MegaZord additional, well, basically additional weapons that I don't ever think he used in the American representation of it. As far as accessories go, he comes with two splayed open hands, two holding things hands, the mighty Mastodon shield, a, well, head beam, which I'll show later, the power slash, I'm guessing, and the power sword itself. Now, to swap the hands out, it's actually really easy, and again, this is where that little extra wrist joint comes in, because all you really gotta do is pull them off, and then you can just simply pop it back in once you can get it in there. There we go. It does take a little bit of effort, but once it's in, it's pretty in there snugly. Now let's get him holding the Mastodon shield, which, this is completely my fault. It's a better idea to go ahead and put the Mastodon shield in the hand before you put it on. So now he can hold the Mastodon shield proudly, protecting his body. Not, now that I think about it, that doesn't really protect a whole lot, does it? I mean, yeah, you could probably raise it up high to protect himself from, you know, being blasted, but as far as the shield goes, it's, well, I guess it's okay. The one problem, this is more of a nitpick, is the tusks and the trunk are the same color. Which, yes, I realize that on the original toy, they were the same color, the light gray plastic, which I do wish they would have colored maybe the trunk or the tusks that same light gray plastic, because without it, it just kind of looks the same, and it's not that pretty. Again, that's just a nitpick. I wanted to get a close-up of him and kind of do his hands in this, oh, I got a headache pose, mainly to show this off. Once you find out where that little hole is, and once it's in there, you create this almost, you don't create that just drops things, but you create this, like I said, this is like another thing that I don't really remember being in the actual show, but it creates this head laser, which is very, very impressive, and I especially like just the coloration of it. It's just a fun, neat little accessory to include. And finally, we have the power sword, which fits very snugly into his wrist and looks just amazing while he's holding it. This is probably the best accessory you can get with, well, any MegaZord, is their final weapon. I do hope that they create maybe the DragonZord that goes along with this, because that would just be awesome to have the DragonZord and the MegaZord together. Also, maybe to have the Zords separately, just saying. And the final accessory, along with the sword, is the, well, I'm going to call it the Power Slash, if I remember correctly, which fits very snugly in there, or snug in there, and does not fall off, making this effect even more mighty. All in all, I have to give the Mighty Morphin MegaZord a perfect 5 out of 5. So, until then, Monkey King fans, review on!